2022 Ford Maverick Lariat FX4 with the 4K tow package and a sunroof. This truck is very unique. It's not like anything else out there right now. My first car was a 96 Ford Ranger. 96 Ford Ranger. If you've ever driven a 96 Ford Ranger, you know how basic and slow those trucks are, and there's just absolutely nothing special to them. Now this, fast forward 26 years later, and Ford has this. There's many things I like about this truck and many reasons that I purchased this truck. Now before any of you Mustang guys who are subscribed to me, hit that unsubscribe button, dislike the video because he sold his Mustang. Don't worry, I did not sell my Mustang. I still have my Mustang, just parked right now in my driveway. But don't worry, I still have my Mustang, guys. So this is a perfect daily driver. I needed something, because the Mustang's got 150,000 miles on it now. I needed something that was going to get me to and from work. I work about an hour away, so it's 2 hours a day of commute. You know the Mustang, the 3.7, everybody knows that thing gets phenomenal gas mileage. 150,000 miles, I didn't, you know, want to push it much more than that. It needed a break. It needed some attention, some love, and it needed to stop being beat up every single day just to get back forward to work. So I needed something else. These are the reasons why it led me to the purchase of this truck. The first thing is gas mileage. So I had this for about a month. I have 2,700 miles on here. So far, I've averaged about 26 miles per gallon overall. I've got as high as 32 on the highway and as high as about 25, 26 in the city, which for a small truck, it's awesome. Now, when you look at the performance of this truck, you think, well, it's got to have a small motor. It can't be that quick if it's getting good gas mileage. Well, let me tell you something. Ford's been on this EcoBoost game for a long time. Now, this little 2.0 liter, this is the 2.0 all-wheel drive. It has 250 horsepower, 277 pound-feet of torque. The 4,000-pound towing package option that I got in here changes the gear ratios. Now, it's not a big jump, but it goes from 363, what it originally comes with, to 381. So it makes a minor difference as far as acceleration, especially off the line in first gear. It's really noticeable. I have done a couple runs with it, and I'll show you that right now. A 0 to 60, well, 0 to 80, and then a pull from 30 miles an hour if you guys want to check out the performance of this truck. It's not bad. It's actually very impressive. So we know it's got great gas mileage. The performance is there. I clocked about a 6.6 seconds 0 to 60. I've done a couple different runs, and usually it's around 6.6. There's one guy on YouTube who got a 6.3. Now that's on 87 octane. Now, as you know, with modern vehicles, if you go up to 93 octane, it actually will give you a slight horsepower bump. The engine has the ability to adjust for a higher octane, so it will benefit. Price is another thing here. There is no other truck on the market for $19,900 right now. Now, granted, this one didn't cost $19,900. That's the hybrid version, the base XL model. But still, that's not bad. $19,000 for a truck. Well, okay, $20,000. That's really not bad. This truck is optioned out how I have it. It is a Lariat. It's got the FX4. It has the 4,000-pound towing package, and I'll get to that in a little bit too. This one came in at $34,000. Now, I do work at Ford, so I got a D-plan discount, which is about a 10% discount. So the final price ended up being about $31,000, and I put $10,000 down on the truck. This thing, over the last month that I've owned it, in the 2,700 miles I've driven it, I don't have any complaints, except maybe one, and I'll get to that as well too. But the way this thing's optioned out, so the Fx4 package has quite a few things that it comes with, and there's also something conflicting between the Fx4 and the 4K tow that I want to talk about as well too. So there's more protection under the vehicle with the Fx4. There's tow hooks. The Fx4 also comes with an upgraded radiator and cooling fan, and several other things too. One thing that I was kind of upset about is that if you do opt for the Fx4 on this vehicle, you are going to lose the Eco and Sport modes. I didn't know that until after I ordered it. Would I have changed my mind? I don't know. I probably still would have kept the FX4 because it's not that big of a deal. But I do miss having sport mode, because when I had a Bronco Sport for a little while, it was a demo from work. The sport mode really made that thing a lot more fun to drive. But again, I didn't get this truck for it to be fun to drive. I just got this truck because I this truck needs to serve a purpose, and that's exactly what it's doing. So I'm not too upset about that, but just remember, if you do get FX4, you're going to lose sport and you're going to lose eco mode. On the 4K tow package, I already mentioned it does go from 363 to 381 gears. That's one of the things. The tow package also has a 7-pin harness versus a 4. The 4K tow also comes with a trailer brake controller, which is kind of in a bad spot, not gonna lie. It's all the way down here by your knee. Actually below your knee. You'd have to reach down like this to get it every time. And I'm not a fan of where it's at, but I'm probably not gonna use it. Anything I'm gonna be towing is not gonna have trailer brakes on it anyways. 4K tow package also comes with an auxiliary transmission cooler. So there's been reviews of guys towing with these things so far, and people have said it's pretty good up to about 3,000 pounds, and then it starts to become a little bit less confidence inspiring. Another reason why I got this truck, just a side note, is that the towing. I eventually do want to get a bass boat, which is probably going to weigh in around 2,500 pounds loaded or so, somewhere right around there. And again, for $31,000, a brand new car, this is perfect. This is perfect, especially the fact that it can tow 4,000 pounds. I was looking used. I was looking at Explorer Interceptors. I was looking at all kinds of different things that could possibly tow and work in a break a budget. But for a new car, guys, you're not going to beat the price tag on what you're going to get for this thing. Well, the one thing that I noticed is kind of conflicting here. If you get the FX4 package and the 4K tow package, they both come with an upgraded radiator and cooling system. But you're paying separately for both packages, so there should have been some kind of discount there because those options are overlapping. If you're getting both at the same time, you're paying premium for both option, but some of those options cancel each other out, if that makes sense. It's one thing I was kind of, I don't know, not put off by, but you just kind of think about it when you're spending money in the truck and you're looking at building these options. So I did build this truck custom on Ford. It is a retail order. It took about 2 months to come in. Oh, no, I take that back, probably about 3 months to come in. And right now, things are becoming quite a bit more limited on these cars. As far as being able to get one is becoming a little bit more difficult right now. The hybrids are getting pushed back and back and back, and now it is well in the next year, I believe, before people are going to start seeing their hybrid orders, which could be an issue too for them. And I feel for those people because I'm in these groups, and quite a few of these people are already starting to look at just buying something else and just saying, screw it, I don't want it anymore. And I don't blame them. You know, Ford did promise one thing, or a certain time frame, and it keeps getting pushed back. So it's disheartening, if you're looking forward to it and it never shows up. So, but be patient. I'm sure Ford will come through eventually and make these full production here. So really nice about the radio. This has Apple Carplay in it, so you don't really need anything else fancy. If you have your phone and you like Apple Carplay, it's perfect for you. You don't need anything else. This truck does not come with SiriusXM on this radio option that I have, which is not a big deal because if you're running your phone through here, you have auxiliary, you can have SiriusXM on your phone and play it through your radio anyways. So not a big issue. The placement of the screen I think is kind of goofy. It's kind of off center a little bit. I'm not a big fan of it. Also not a big fan of the resolution of the screen. It kind of reminds me of like a computer monitor from like 2002. Not really, you know what I mean? It's little outdated, if you know what I mean. They definitely could have done more, but again, it's a budget truck. This isn't a fancy, $60,000 loaded F-150. So again, they're just minor things that, for the price that you're going to pay, it's what is to be expected of it. Now again, this is, you can probably see, this is the Lariat interior. So this has the ActiveX desert brown with the navy blue, and I absolutely love the color combination on this truck. I think it's unique. You haven't seen a navy blue interior very often in modern cars. It was a big thing back in the day, like the red carpet interiors, the blues. Buick was doing a lot of that, Oldsmobile. You just haven't seen stuff like that in a long time. Everything's been pretty much plain Jane. It's black, gray, or tan. On the higher end cars, yes, you get some nice stuff like this, but for a budget truck, I think it's pretty cool. My one complaint about this vehicle, the seat is kind of, don't get me wrong, it is comfortable. You guys know, who watch my videos know I sit weird sometimes, so I don't know, maybe this is just a me thing, but the bottom of the seat, I don't think this is actual, but the way it feels like it's too short. So like if you were to sit in a chair and you were to take like a third of the bottom off, so you were sitting on this much instead of that much, it's kind of what it feels like your legs overhang the seat more than they should. Maybe it's because I'm more used to my Mustang, and when you're in a Mustang, you're sitting flat with your legs straight almost. On here, your legs are bent down like a 90 degrees, so maybe it's just something to get used to. Also, arm positions, there's not a lot of room to put your arm down and rest over here. You have like this much space. So your arm hangs off kind of, so there's really nowhere to put this arm, and if you put it up here, it's up against the B-pillar, and there's really nowhere to, you know what I mean? There's really nowhere comfortable to put this arm, I found, so I just leave it down here, and that's really all I can do with it. Over here, too, this kind of comes up short, so again, your arm's just kind of flopping down a little bit instead of having some nice space to rest on. So, again, I don't mean to be complaining. These are just the minor things that I guess I won't say I dislike, but things that I've thought about as far as areas that I guess could be better. Other than that, though, this truck is awesome. It's got great pickup. The price is phenomenal. The options that you can get with it are great. And reliability. So Ford's ironed out a lot of this stuff. First year model is always something that people bring up. Well, don't buy a first year model. Don't buy it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's gonna break down. That's true for some models, but this truck is basically a parts bin creation, is the way I'd like to put it. Ford's taken parts from all kinds of different vehicles and things that they've known that work. This is based on the Escape and Bronco platform. A lot of these parts have been used. They've been ironed out already in the last couple of years with the Escape, since 2020, especially with the last year of the Bronco Sport. The instrument cluster, this is out of the Explorer. There's just, like I said, there's parts that have come from a lot of different vehicles that Ford knows works well, and so far in 2,700 miles I have not had any problems with this. Everything has been working flawlessly so far and no issues. The radio screen can be a bit laggy at times, but that's sync. All Ford sync systems are like that. That's just what you're going to get when you get a Ford. It doesn't matter if you have the best model ever, sync is always going to be an issue no matter what. So that's why I'm glad I was able to make this purchase, and I have absolutely no regrets about this truck at all. Sound is meh. It's a 4-cylinder, so it's not going to sound great. Some guys have put exhaust on these things already, and I mean, coming from somebody who owns a V6 Mustang with exhaust, you know I already have bad taste in exhaust, but this, leave it stuff. Battery died there, I apologize. Yeah, so don't put an exhaust on these things because they don't sound good. I do have plans for mods, not much at all. Just a 1-inch leveling kit from Rough Country in the front and a meteor tire. That's really all I need. I have another car that I can modify. This thing, it's just great the way it is. It does not need much else. One thing to note about the shifters on this car, it does not have paddle shifters, and it does not have any kind of gear selector. You have drive and low, and that's it. Steering and handling on here, I do wish the steering wheel was a bit lighter, because if you drive the Explorer or Bronco Sport, it's just so much more effortless. It's very, very smooth. This is smooth, but requires a little bit more effort, but I do think that it kind of helps it feel more with the road and not like not so much assisted. It feels, you could feel the road a little bit better with the way this is set up versus some of the ones that turn a lot easier. So again, that's not a bad thing. It has a very nice feel, and you feel connected to the road in this truck. It handles very nice. It's smooth. It drives more like a car. So this one did come with a tonneau cover in the back, which you just pull the little handles down and it folds up. It's very easy. I love the design of it. I'm glad I went with that version of the tonneau cover. I've seen this question posted up in the groups, and people want to know if the sunroof is tilt and slide, and it is. The sunroof does have capability to tilt and slide. The Lariat model also has a electric power sliding rear window versus a manual, versus not having a divided window at all on the lower option ones. What's really nice is Apple CarPlay. You can load Google Maps, Waze, Pandora, whatever is capable, and you can throw it right up on here. You don't need a fancy radio system if you have Apple CarPlay. The speakers, it's the one drawback. So this car, it feels like a car, doesn't it? This truck does have an option for the Bang & Olufsen sound system. I would definitely recommend it. The stock stereo system is not impressive. I will just say that right now. The stock stereo system is not impressive. But again, the same excuse that I keep using. This is a budget truck. This is not a fancy truck. But if you are going to build one of these, or custom order one, or go to a dealership and look at one, I would, if any music is important to you, if sound quality is important to you, you're going to want the Bang & Olufsen system, which is part of the luxury package, I believe. So yes, keep that in mind if you like to jam out. Or, you know, you could always upgrade it afterwards. You could put your extra stuff in your subwoofer and amp and all that. But from the factory, if you want something good, make sure you get the upgraded audio on this, definitely. Other than that, guys, I really don't know what else to say about this truck. Everything is pretty much good. There's minor things, but nothing that would have held me back from buying this had I known them beforehand. So again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to answer it. I love this truck. I can't wait to see how it tows a boat, and I can't wait to get a bass boat as well too. Hopefully this spring we can make that happen. Other than that, I do still have the Mustang, guys, and I do plan on doing some things with it this spring and summer. So we'll look forward to that. I'm sorry I haven't posted much lately, but been going through some periods here where I work a lot, and I just don't always have the time to do it. Plus, it's dark out a lot earlier now, and it's hard to get off work and do a video because it's pitch black outside. So thank you guys who have been subscribed this whole time and are still subscribed. I love each and every one of you. Have a good day. Peace.